What is weight for age? You look at the actual weight of a child, then you look at the ideal weight at that age and compare the two, you get weight for age.
Subscribe and press the bell icon so you never miss an update from PrepLadder.
The first thing we'll be discussing is weight for age. What is weight for age? You look at the actual weight of a child, then you look at the ideal weight at that age and compare the two, you get weight for age. It is a age dependent index. You need to know accurately the age of the child to calculate this weight for age. You can take the help of Week's formulas, which we have discussed in the previous module. So weight for age, what are the things that you need to know from entrance point of view? Weight for age is a commonly used index. It is easy to do. And weight for age is used in multiple classification systems. Two important ones you need to remember. It is used in Indian Academy of Pediatric classification. It is also used in Gomez classification in the United States, on which CDC charts have been based. So these are the two classification systems where weight for age is used. How do you calculate the percentage weight for age? The formula says percentage weight for age is calculated by taking the actual weight of the child, dividing by ideal weight at that age, multiplied by 100. Then you can use either IAP classification or Gomez classification. In general, it is said that if weight for age is less than 80% of expected, we use the term underweight. So first MCQ point can be asked to you in super specialty. What is the definition of underweight child? Underweight child is a child whose weight for age is less than 80% of expected. This is the first thing that you need to know. Weight for age, there are some advantages, some disadvantages. Weight for age, although it is very commonly done, it is not considered to be a sensitive index. Why? There are two reasons for that. First reason, it cannot distinguish acute from chronic malnutrition. Why? Let us take an example. A child comes to you, the child is having malnutrition, and you don't examine the child, you don't take any history, you only go by percentage. So suppose you calculate weight for age in that child and it comes out to be 70%, right? Now this 70% means the child is underweight. But the child is underweight due to acute or due to chronic, that cannot be commented this classification system, this index. Why? If a child is having, suppose, diarrhea dehydration since 10 days, that is acute malnutrition, the percentage weight for age will be low, right? Again, it will be 70%. Or if the child is having failure to thrive, tuberculosis, long-standing cystic fibrosis or some illness, malabsorption, then also the child may have a weight for age percentage 70%. So both scenarios, the weight for age is less. But you cannot say whether it is due to acute or due to chronic, and that is its fallacy. It cannot distinguish between acute from chronic because it gets reduced in both. So it cannot distinguish between the two. So you may get confusing questions on this. First MCQ, which parameter can be decreased in both acute and chronic malnutrition? Answer is weight for age. Second MCQ, which parameter cannot distinguish acute from chronic malnutrition? Again, weight for age. And so it is not a very sensitive marker. Second reason why it is not a sensitive marker is because it can be falsely high in children with edema. For example, kwashiorkor. Suppose there is a child with kwashiorkor. Edema will cause weight for age to be falsely high, but we know that it is a type of severe protein energy malnutrition, and so it is not very sensitive. So these are the points regarding weight for age that you need to know. Weight for age is commonly used, but it is not a very sensitive index. The second parameter, which is better than weight for age, is weight for height. Let us discuss some points regarding weight for height.